The road of One Piece has just been divided. Luffy and Loki are finally face to face, but no one expected Imu's ultimate ultimatum, submit or perish. And finally, Usopp awakened. Will we see the god Usopp again? Hello guys, how are you? I'm Severo, and let's go to the chapter review. So this time we have a cover request. It's not a cover history, so it's just a cover request. It is Robin planting flowers in a mode flower bed. So in Elbaph West Village, we have the giants running with the children and being attacked by the other giants, the Dome Reversed giants. We have the Dome Reversed giants saying to Dorenberg come back to their side. And they say that this power is so liberating. It's kind of similar to what Luffy said when he went to the Gear 5 for the first time, that he feels free. It's a kind of the same thing, but it's a dark version because it's Imu's Dome Reverse. So we don't know exactly how it works, but it's a kind of similar to Luffy's Gear 5 in some ways. Both feel that they are free now. So one of these Dome Reverse giants stabbed Dory's arm, and Dory broke, and the other giants that became normal again say that they are ashamed for Elbaph. So we go to the sun realm near to the lift where Chopper, Gaba and Kashi are. They are being attacked for other giants, also Dome Reversed, and Kashi say that he can't hurt these giants because they are friends since he was a kid, so he cannot hurt them. But they say that even Kashi wants to hurt them, he couldn't do that, and as we know, he probably really couldn't. And Gaban say to Kashi that if he stays between two of them, he'll be Dome Reversed too. So he say like, be alert to don't stay between two of them. So back to the West Village, Dory, Brogue and Zoro are killing or defeating some giants. And Jaru say that they are kind of liking, they're enjoying it, killing their giants. And there is, we see that they are really Elbaph warriors. They really enjoy the fighting even against their own friends. So yeah, makes sense. Zoro always like to beat someone, so doesn't matter if it is a friend or enemy, Zoro would like it. And the scene goes again to the Chopper's group, but one thing before is that it showed to us Zoro, Dorenberg killing the giants, but it's not showing to us they come back to normal again, like the Dome Reverse spinning again back to normal. It's not shown to us, but later in the chapter you'll see more about the Dome Reverse, so I will talk about it later. So back to the Chopper group. When the Dome Reverse giants are going to attack them, Chopper goes to the monster point and slap one of them in the face. Slap or punch is not clearly, but like a punch of slap, it's quite strange, but it hits the giant in the face and says something like, knock it off, your jerk, or something like that. It's not exactly, but it's something like that. And with that, the giants come back to normal again. Okay, that's strange, and we don't know exactly why. We had in the West Village they killing giants, and it's not shown to us the giants come back to normal. And here Chopper just slapped one of them in the face and it came back to normal. So as I said in my last chapter review, I said in my last video that I thought it was not just skill to bring them back to normal, and I was right because it's something else. So at the first moment I thought that maybe the Dome Reverse giants were between Chopper and Kashi, but as you can see in the scene, they're not. Chopper and Kashi are in the same side and the giant in the opposite side, so was not that. So what's probably is that we don't know why the Dome Reverse broke here. So what I believe for now is some way to break the Dome Reverse, you need to break the will, I don't know how to say, while of the person, maybe, or make the person like surrender, or they while or will need to be stronger than Dome Reverse. We had this with Rox because he surrendered. He asked Roger and Garp to kill him. We had with Dorian Brogue too, and we have it here. So I think it's something like that. Your will need to be stronger than the Dome Reverse, or you need to accept your death or something like that. It's not just kill anyway. You need to do that. Maybe do that and kill. It's not just do that. Maybe two of them, maybe just one. But one thing that we are sure is not just killing, because Chopper did it now, broke the Dome Reverse without killing. So about this Chopper scene, I saw some people saying that maybe he is the forest god, or he has the forest god fruit, the human fruit, a model of forest god, like Luffy does with human fruit Nika model. I don't believe on that, to be honest, but it's possible. I believe more it's something that everyone can do, not something related just to Chopper, but everything is possible. I'm not saying that it is impossible. And that's also the first time that we saw Devil Fruit user hitting a Dome Reversed person, so that could be the reason too. It's the first time that we see it, Devil Fruit user hitting. Maybe it be a reaction to the Devil Fruit. I don't believe in it because it would be a great weakness for the Emu's power, but it's not impossible also, but I believe more in the Forest God Fruit than on that. I saw some people say that it's the first time that a Dome Reversed touched the ground too, but we have the scene of Demon leaving his body before he touched the ground, so definitively it's not that. So, between all these things, I believe that it's not related to Chopper itself, it's something related to the Devil Fruit or to something that everyone can do, not just Chopper, but it is possible to be. It's possible to be the Forest God Fruit or anything else related to his fruit. It is not impossible. I saw some people saying about a Dr. Fruit. On that I don't believe. I believe that if it is something with his fruit, will be the Forest God Fruit. But the theory there, I prefer my red canon is the something that everyone can do. It's not just an effect of a fruit, because I believe that if there are some fruit that can break the Dome Rivers, would be Luffy's fruit, not Chopper's one. So we go to outside the old library. Library. And Nami's feeding Zeus and G-Man's holding Killian's head. Yeah, a kind brutal. I wasn't expecting that in One Piece. It's a kind brutal, but it's because they're immortal, we know that. So yeah, and Frankie is tying his body far from his head so he cannot regen. Yeah, that's a smart solution. If they're immortal, it's just you separate the body and the head. It's a smart solution. And while that, Sanji says that he expected more from them. And to be honest, I too, well, it's strange to say because they defeated the whole crew except for Sanji, Zoro, and Luffy. Yeah, I expected more of them, at least to fight against Sanji, but for what we saw until now, Sanji is stronger than all of them. So, like, for sure, we have Shamrock and characters that we don't know, but I said for what we have now, Sanji is stronger than any of them. And Frankie says that it is because they are stronger now and they are a crew of Emperor, because Luffy became an Emperor soon again. Sanji is pissed off because he said that these worms make Elbaph suffer. They terrorized Elbaph. And Nami says to Zeus, continue the run. Doesn't stop it because there is more fire through the whole country. And then we have Luke and Luffy arriving. And we have Nami giving a scolding to Luke and Luffy because they're defeating the God Knights, but they're throwing fire through the whole country. Well, not Luffy exactly, Luke with her thunders. Luffy is with him, so he takes it too. And I like the scene because this is the instance of the Straw Hats. Nami is the responsible one, and Luffy is still an idiot. And that's what we like in him. And here we have the scene of Ragnar comforting Luffy, saying, "No, it's okay, it's okay." Luffy gets angry and says, "No, you put me in trouble, Loki." And then Loki threw a massive thunder on him, but it's thunder. He's the rubber. And Loki be surprised that nothing happened to him, but as we know, thunder does nothing to Luffy, so for us it's nothing new. And Loki says, "Oh, why it didn't work?" And Luffy says, "Oh, for sure, if it worked, I would send you flying through away." And I like the scene. It shows that even Loki being so big, Luffy doesn't fear it. Luffy has the courage to face it, and probably Luffy is stronger than him. So I like this scene that's showing that the size is not everything that matters in One Piece. Shows that Luffy still can fight with Loki and everyone else, because when Luffy became this giant dragon, everyone say, "Oh, how Shanks defeated him. It's impossible to defeat him," but we saw before that the size doesn't really matter here. Keep that in mind, that it's not just because Loki is big that he's the strongest. Finally, we came back to Imus, and Brook is almost dead in the ground. Well, he's already dead. And he says to Usopp runs because he has his own reasons to be there. And Usopp says that it is not what a brave warrior does. That he would not abandon his crewmate. And that he always dreamed to know Elbaph. And he would not be a coward in there. He would not abandon a crewmate. He would not abandon the Elbaph. And he says to Brook that true warriors do not run. So he says that he won't disgrace himself here in Elbaph. Saying that the God Knights are looking down to Elbaph. That their plan was to kidnap children. That they didn't use their own strength, or they didn't went fair to the giants. They Dome reversed the giants and make they fight with themselves and called Gunko Imo a coward. So Gunko Imo goes to attack him. Brook stands up to try to help, but he's defeated at the same time. And Usopp says that the Elbaph warriors fight with their own swords and shields, and if Imo wants to conquer this country, that he does it with his own strength and dignity. And Imo says that a dominant ruler never sails their own hands. So Usopp attacks at close range, and the attacks gets both Gunko, Imo, and Usopp. And there we have for the second time that Usopp attacks Gunko and would kill her if the body is not immortal, because he destroyed part of her head. It's the second time that Usopp almost killed the Gunko, but well, this time is Imo Gunko, but Gunko the first time, Imo the second, but it's the same body, so still the same thing. Then we have Luffy and Loki arriving, and Luffy says Usopp and Brook in the ground, and says that Imo now pissed him off, and Loki says that he was not playing letting the God Knight escape anyway, so for him make no difference. And Imo says to Loki and Luffy, calling them Nika and Nidhogg, to submit or perish, and that this battle should divide the world. So this is the end of the chapter. We have chapter next week. We have then God Usopp come back again. Well, I don't think that's all, that it is all his participation in Elbaph. I expect a bit more, but I think we will see more in the next chapters. But I already liked this speech that he didn't run, because he was being, at least until now, just a coward like he always was, and I was expecting something different here in Elbaph. So I really liked the Usopp part here, and I'm still a bit curious about the relation of Brook and Gunko, but I think we will see more of that in the future. But I'm really happy for Usopp here and for the Straw Hats in general. Like, they're defeating the God Knights, because at the beginning just one Gunko defeated all of them except for Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji, but now they're getting better. They're defeating the God Knights, and Usopp is facing Imo face to face. It's not being a covert, it's shooting even a close range. So I really like the chapter. I'm still waiting for Luffy and Loki doing something. They are just walk around Elbaph, going to the Straw Hats, going to Imo. They are not really attacking anyone, but I think the next chapter we'll see it. They start to fight. I wanna see Luffy against Imo. To be honest, I'm not so happy for Loki itself. What I most want is really Luffy and Imo. So basically that's all what we had. I have some things to think about the Dome Rivers too. I don't know exactly how to break it. We have some hints, but we don't have the exact solution. But I think we already can go to the answer with what we have, with Chopper breaking it, with Dorenbrog breaking it in the last chapter. So I think we have to pay attention to Dome Rivers. I like the Straw Hats, the God Knights. I was expecting a bit more. It's okay, we didn't see yet the main ones, or the main one, the Shamrock, but I believe he's not an enemy for the Straw Hats. I think maybe Shamrock is enemy for someone else, maybe Dragon. So that was the chapter, that was the review. Comment below what you think about the chapter, what you think about the Dome Rivers, the Straw Hats, what's your theory for the next chapters, and if you liked the content, subscribe in the channel, give a like. It is a new channel, so it really helps a lot. And that's it. I'm Severo, and see you in the next one. Well, I am editing the video now, and I'm planning to do a video about Chopper's Fruit. So comment below what you think about the Chopper's Fruit, if it is the Forest God or the Doctor Fruit, what option you like most, so I can see which one is more popular to I do a video about.